Release Radar, where we recap all of the releases that rolled out this week. Here we are, Ryan, another Friday. Happy Friday to you, sir.
Happy Friday. It's a little gloomy here in Southern California, but I hope the sun is shining wherever you happen to be.
Little marine layer.
The marine layer, the rain, stuff like that. Cloud stuff.
Sounds a little gloomy. I'm heading out to the India event later today, and I'm doing a layover in Toronto. So I'm wondering maybe I'll see some snow, Ryan.
Toronto? I feel like you're going the wrong direction, but
well, I think it's like halfway around the world, so you could go either way, from what I understand.
Flip a coin, and the pilot will take you there.
That's right. All right, we should be streaming in all of the places. So as always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments. We don't have our first check-in yet, Ryan. Who's going to be?
I don't know.
Who is it going to be? Let's load up our releases while we're waiting. And what do you say we hop in? Our first release of the week, course theme customization. This is nice. I've seen a lot of really nice screens from these types of updates over in the course builder. You want to give us the deets?
Yeah. So the Neo Classic is now going to get set as the default theme. And so that's the one that has like all this great customization. And that builder has greatly improved. If you've used the courses builder in the past 5 years, anytime in that period, it was good. It worked, but it wasn't great. And I think we've now turned that page. So the Neo Classic is that theme that allows you to do that. And it has a lot of the customizations there with that UI. And then we introduced this new thing where you can save a theme as a template. So if you're going through your customizing a theme, you can now save that as a new template, which is kind of the big one there. And then we've got a couple of like CTAs and stuff. If you don't have any templates, that you can add them more easily there. So really just making this new theme builder a lot more accessible and usable for course creators.
Yeah, that's nice to be able to save your customization as a template. So the next course is probably going to be the same type of format, right?
Yeah.
That's sweet. All right. We do have our first check-in, and it should come as no surprise that it's Mr. David Linton down in Jacksonville,
Give
Florida.
me my money.
Today he's working on the honeydew list. Ooh,
okay.
That sounds interesting. We'll have to find out more, Dave.
DEW list here.
Oh yeah, good catch. Our next update from the week comes from opportunities. We now have opportunities integration in sub-account prospecting. Ryan, I know this was a big request from the community to sort of connect those two dots.
Yeah, it really eliminates the need to do workflows and stuff that's pretty straightforward that you just want to have happen. And so I wanted to be specific here. This is for sub-account prospecting. Doesn't work in agency because, of course, what opportunity, what pipeline are you going to attach it to from an agency level? But when you're using prospecting at the sub-account level, you now have this choice, as you can see here, where you can choose once you add them as a prospect, you do your search, you add them, you now have the ability to select the pipeline that they're going to go into and the stage in which they will land.
Yeah, this is sweet. So you're just pumping your prospects right into your pipeline without having to build a workaround to do it. Makes all the sense in the world. So love it when we roll stuff out like that sort of, again, connects two dots and eliminates the need for an extra step or two. Well, we got some more check-ins coming in, Ryan. We've got Go HighLevel Tutorials, a very familiar face. Hello to you, Tina.
What's up?
The emoji didn't come through, but we get the gist of that one. And we've got a check-in coming from a familiar face over in the Philippines. It is 3:12 a.m. Saturday here.
Wow.
Joining from the future. Hope the future is looking nice. Our next update from the week comes from webinars. We are now able to support webinar funnels in Snapshots.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the webinars product in general is getting a lot better. There's a lot more enhancements coming there. I think that we've already got the ability to rearrange the steps and like what order they go in and stuff like that. If not, that's coming pretty soon. As well as a lot of other features that you would see in larger webinar platforms will be coming to webinars themselves. And so when you build these awesome webinars and you want to include them in your snapshots, you can now do it. So
sweet. Yeah, always nice to be able to throw something into a snapshot along with everything else that you can put in there, which is pretty much everything these days, right? Is there anything you can't snapshot yet?
There are some things, but they're working on them, and the other stuff you wouldn't want to put into a snapshot. So, we'll leave it at that.
Now you have me curious. We got Homero checking in from Uruguay, always in the house. Nice to have you with us as always, sir. And let's check out our next update that comes from workflows. We now have native integrated triggers and actions for Manus. Is that how you say it, Ryan? I'm not up on Manus yet, but I know a lot of people are really excited about this one.
Yeah, so Manus AI is an AI platform, so you can now integrate it, and then once you do that, you'll have these triggers and actions for new tasks created and task stop. So more to come there, I'm sure, but we at least got a few of them into the workflow builder for you.
I do like their branding. I think I took a quick look at their website, and I like the style. I like the cut of their jib, Brian.
Yeah, that's
cool logo,
that's
cool icon.
That's a nautical term you have there. We'll tell our marketing team that we need to rebrand again.
Yeah, let's do it. We had another update from workflows. We now have advanced tag filtering in opportunity and invoice triggers. This one is very nice.
Yes. So this is an expansion of the previous release. I forget exactly which one it was on, but now we're including everything, which includes if you've got invoice triggers or opportunities and you're looking for specific tags and you want to filter them in different ways, like multiple tags, but not this one, you now have that logic sort of built right into the filters.
Yeah. With the any of, none of, just makes it way easier. You don't have to build like multiple sets of this stuff. You can just bang it all out now in one filter there. So that is very convenient. Loving that one. And we had another update in workflow land this week. So we now have Agent Studio, custom values, and oh, this isn't the one I thought it was. So this is specific to Agent Studio, and then we have another update coming, right?
Yeah. So this one expands the custom values and account variables. We're also we have right now variables like the time, form data variables, contacts, studio-wide integration, stuff like that. So at any rate, you're essentially able to take what you're building in Agent Studio, which is sort of our advanced AI agent building area, and plug into data that already exists in the platform. So this was a pretty big step in like connecting those two worlds together. So not only can you have an agent do various things like write stuff for you or take actions within the sub account, but you can also have it reference data, which of course is insanely important to be able to make it as useful as possible. But they also built in some really cool fault-tolerant execution, as they call it. So if there isn't a variable there, it will gracefully degrade and it won't just throw a bunch of runtime errors, which I know Chase is really big on runtime errors, especially, and he doesn't like those in his workflow. So
he used a bunch of cool terms in that explanation there. Graceful degradation. Love it. So that sounds pretty fancy, Ryan.
It's a soft landing. You fail, but just softly.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I think we have another Agent Studio type update this week. Hopefully we'll see it later in the deck. If not, remind me and we'll chat through it.
It's in the deck. Don't you worry.
Okay, great. We also had an update for dashboards and reporting rollout this week. We now have support for workflow step name. And is this essentially a new column that we're looking at?
Yeah, it's this new column where it says source action name. Of course, we're looking at a lot of different things. So we're not just going to put I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But yes, so for that specific column, it's going to tell you the name of that action in the workflow. As you can kind of see here, like this one's an email. This one was, I don't know what this particular step was, but it'll be labeled accordingly to how the workflow steps are named.
Nice.
Yeah.
More information is always better. And so now we've got that in that view as well. So that's handy. Oh, this one was intriguing. So in WordPress land, hopefully everybody knows you can host WordPress websites in HighLevel. Now, when you spin up a site, you can actually select which version of PHP you want it to be running on. I haven't thought about PHP versioning in like a decade, Ryan.
I always just hit upgrade, you know. Let's throw caution and safety to the wind. Let's do it live and see what happens. But obviously, there's a lot of sites that have specialized code that is designed to work in different versions of PHP. If you don't know what PHP is, don't worry about it. It's a programming language. But if you're moving some critical sites that you know, like, hey, I've got real specific functionality, I'm not ready to upgrade yet, you don't have to like downgrade later or anything like that. You can choose the PHP version that you're going to use. And then later on, in case you didn't know, you can change all that and upgrade it in the dashboard itself. So there's a lot of self-service things that you can do in HighLevel within the WordPress hosting tab that previously you'd have to go into the WP admin area. And it was, you know, that's not a bad place to be, but it's also a little bit more complex. So a lot of the, you know, more frequented actions can be taking place right within our dashboard.
Love it. That's pretty nice. Pretty convenient to have the choice. We got a check-in coming in from First Sphinx. Quite the handle. Hello from Canada, your frozen northern neighbor. Hope you're staying warm up there, Sphinx.
Fall out soon. Spring's coming.
Spring is coming. Documents and contracts got an update this week. We now have staff selection and templates. Ryan, this one's so funny because quick story. A couple of days ago, I had lunch with one of our customers, agency customer, Graham down in Puerto Vallarta, and he brought up two things that he was like, why can't I do this or whatever? And they both rolled out this week. So like yesterday and Thursday, I was pinging him like, hey, that one thing, it's done, it's out. And then yesterday was
you're a magician.
One.
You just, yeah.
Right. I'm just knocking things off the list. If you need something done, you come over here. We'll get it done. No, this was one of them.
We have no idea what's happening.
Yeah. So now basically you can choose on behalf of, from the staff. It doesn't have to be like, I think before the person creating the invoice, it like defaulted to them or something and you couldn't pick someone else.
Yeah, and this is specifically for creating templates. So if you want to create a template, you can now check anybody that you want instead of the person that's creating it, and makes creating templates a lot more useful because, you know, let's just say you've got 3 different types of sales contracts that you're going to use, and like it's the same signers. You can set those at the template level, and that way you don't have to configure it once you create it. So
very handy, very handy. Ball Guy Marketing, it's better late than never. You made it. You're all good. We're just getting started. Ryan doesn't feel the same, but I tried to give you some grace there. Voice AI got a cool update this week. We now have transcripts for agent trial web calls. So like you're testing it out, and now you get the transcript there. So if you want to read back through what was said in your test, you've got that, which is nice.
Yes.
Kind of fancy, Ryan.
Very fancy. Live transcripts and translations are like the future now. It's like Star Trek is here.
Wow. It is wild how fast this became the norm, huh? Very cool. Well, now you've got your transcripts there to make your life even easier. And this next update also makes life much easier. Calendar's got an update. We now have multi-date selection for date-specific hours, so you don't have to go one by one anymore if they're all going to be the same, right?
Yeah. Makes it really easy to just choose the specific days that you want. Visually, you can see them there, and then just select the hours, and you're done. The workarounds before were laborious, so.
Laborious no more, Ryan. Now you've got the easy button there. Very handy. Looks like our next update is also from calendars. We now have rich text editor in services description. Oh, I didn't see this one. That's handy.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, but rich text is useful in pretty much every description. So I think the team is just across the board doing rich text, and we've got a new editor for that too.
Yeah, make those descriptions fancy. Now you've got the tools. Next up, what do we have? Client portal got an update. We now have more secure login links.
Yeah, so this has to do with like more time-based login links, so that there's a bunch of fancy security things that are happening in the background. a quarter of which I understand, but the basic idea here is that they've improved how that link structure works, so it's way more secure than it previously was, and there's nothing you have to do on your end. It's just going to work better. So
nice.
There was
we
a
all
visual.
know Ryan loves a good security upgrade, so there you go, Ryan. You can sleep easy tonight knowing that the client portal links are more secure. And here's that update I was talking about. So Agent Studio, you can now invoke, there's a new action to invoke agents from the Agent Studio in workflows. So this is cool because like these worlds are now merging.
Yes, they are. And I think this was the biggest question that we had when Agent Studio came out. We're like, wow, this is really cool. You can do all this stuff. And especially for the advanced builders, they were stoked on it. But then we were like, okay, how do we make it do something like in workflow land? And so now we kind of have that ability to, hey, you build an agent that's real specialized at doing a specific task, get it all fine-tuned, and now it can happen. It can be invoked, or you can essentially put it to work. I think is maybe an easier way to understand it within a workflow, which I think more people understand that than the other. So at any rate, love to see these things getting combined in addition to those custom values and merge fields and all the things that all the data that that your CRM would have. And it really opens up the use case scenario of like, okay, how do I actually make this work better for my sub accounts?
Totally. Yeah, so that's great. So now we can fire off those agents from anywhere in a workflow with that new action. If you're building your agents and you want to launch them from existing workflows or new workflows, go check that out and let us know what you think. Next up, Chat Widget got an update. Well, I guess this is really a workflow update. All-in-one support in customer reply trigger. So if you want to filter off the all-in-one Chat Widget type, you can now do that alongside the others.
Yes. This is just a missing piece, kind of expanded that capability so that you can differentiate between all the different types of chat widgets, which of course is important. There's lots of things that you might want to do when somebody comes in on any of your chat widgets. Yeah. So you can distinguish that now.
Yeah, which is very cool. Hopefully everybody knows it. You can make all sorts of little rules. Like if a chat comes in from this specific chat widget that has this keyword in it, I want to go fire off that action over there. It's very cool what you can do with that. Yeah. We've got some royalty in the house, Ryan. Prince Gupta checking in from India. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you can make it to the event next week. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Almost as cool as this next update here. Funnels and websites. We got audit logs for deleted builder assets.
Yes. Now so imagine that you are, or you have an employee, maybe, let's just imagine, and something gets deleted that's a specific type of asset within a funnel. We now have audit logs for those things. So you can see exactly what got deleted. What I'm not showing it here is that it tells you the user that did it too. I just wanted to zoom in on the name. But yeah, now you know who to go after and exactly when they did it. Screenshot it, nice big box, and say, what's up with this? So
now you know, as we like to say, whose throat to choke. Just kidding. We never say that. We never say that in the marketing department, ever. No. We had some other enhancements roll out this week, Ryan. We've got, a bunch of performance stuff. You want to give us the AI summary here?
Yeah, the AI summary is performance and back-end type things. And this happens every week, but we like to highlight it every once in a while just to remind everybody that there is so much work getting done, making the engine run more efficiently, changing out parts, putting faster parts in, stuff like that. It's nonstop, and the team is relentlessly shipping improvements across the board. A lot of these include features that impact speed, that make it faster, that make it more efficient all across the board. And so just want to highlight all the things mentioned here: media storage, the media core engine, sub-account list UI, social planner, reputation management, the lead connector, WordPress plugin, the knowledge base, ad manager, and reputation management widget all got a lot better this week. The technicalities are a little bit probably boring for most people, so I didn't really highlight them, but the net result is all this work is improving the way that the app works across the board.
I do want to call out one of them, which is the where reputation management stuff. So that one basically means, from what I understand, if you have like the reviews widget on a site, that page is now faster. So if you go run speed tests on any pages that have review widgets, you should see a bump right out of the gate.
Yeah, I think we're getting like I probably should have noted that, but I think it was like 10 to 20% better performance in the test. So big improvement for those.
And a couple of weeks ago, right, Ryan, we talked about how forms and I think, was it calendars, also got the same treatment?
Yes.
So basically, your pages should be faster than ever. If you haven't gone and run a speed test lately, you might want to do that. You should be pretty stoked by the results. So amazing work, as always, to the back-end team who is constantly, like Ryan said, cranking away to make things faster and more streamlined. All right, let's talk about what hit Labs this week. Again, get in the habit of heading over to Labs so that you can see what's coming, get your hands on it, decide if you like it or not. Give us the feedback right there.
I do want to say there are a couple customers that pointed this out, and we kind of killed it real quick, but there was something that got released into Labs that failed a QA portion. So they went back and they're fixing it. It'll be out soon. That has to do with the schema markup. So that's coming real soon. But if you saw that, they took care of it.
Cool. I'm stoked on that one. So courses you can now import from media storage. This is super nice, right? Because before, I think you had to pick it off your desktop or whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to just go to the media library where we have everything. And now that's there.
Yes. So go enable that in Labs, test it out and everything. This is it's a pretty big integration. That's why it took a little bit of time. It seems simple, but just the way that everything works got refactored. But that is available in Labs. So go give it a try. Don't see why it would be failing. It's been through a lot of QA, but go for it. Go check it out.
But this is the point, right? Like, again, we are committed to not slowing down, but putting in Labs, right? So you get it as fast as you can get it. But if there is a rough edge, let us know. That feedback link is right there. It goes straight to that team. And so while this seems like a minor one, maybe we missed something. I don't know. Let us know. Maybe you want rounded corners and they're square. Get the feedback to the team, and then you'll see the date when it should go live for all of your accounts so that you have that heads up. We got Will checking in. Holy smokes, finally made the radar from Miami. Nice. Glad you made it, Will. Welcome. Hopefully you can make it again next week. And we've got another familiar face. Yeehaw, Martin. Good to see you as always. Let's talk about some shout outs from the week. What's Ryan got for us here? We've got one from Miriam. Is there an app that integrates with HighLevel that would capture business cards, pics, and notes when someone is at a networking event? And good news, as we can see in the first reply, the HighLevel app, aka the Lead Connector mobile app, already does it.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight this one because it's always great to see how everybody kind of helps each other out, right? They come in there with a question. Maybe to some of us old hats, this stuff is really obvious, but obviously we have a lot of features and little nooks and crannies within HighLevel that are impossible to show you everything at once. And so the community really does a good job at coming together and pointing out like, oh yeah, you can do that here. It's pretty straightforward. So
absolutely,
shout out to everybody helping each other out and to understand how they can do certain things within the app.
That's a great point. Shout out, Kristen. Thanks for helping that person out. You're right, Ryan. We do take it for granted. And when you're coming in, how could you know about all the things? So it's always nice to help folks out, point them in the right direction. So great work there. And then this next one is cool. So I love it when people spot stuff, right? And they're like, hey, sometimes before Sean drops the coming at you. So it's a little bit of an Easter egg hunt. But the Vapi integration is in there. So a lot of people were stoked on that. It's always funny to me, Ryan, you know, some people are like, Vapi is the best. Other people are like, whatever's the best. But, you know, we just want to give you all the options so that you can make your own decision. And
absolutely.
Yeah, this one went live. I don't know if there's a release note for this one yet, huh?
I don't even think so, but that's the cool thing. And some of the Easter eggs just drop there. You get some folks screenshotting things from the town halls where we're kind of teasing some stuff and getting feedback on directions to go with upcoming features. So anyway, community is a great place to go hang out, help each other out, ask questions, and we're always there to help, and so is everybody else.
Love it. All right, it is that time of the week, and Ryan's got a really funky gift for us this
one
this week.
The rave crab. It stuck out to me, so
I love it. Ryan
it's a scroll stopper is what that's.
He's tired of the doom and gloom. He's just dreaming about summer, and so I love it. We're channeling that island vibe here with the the rave crab. All right, let's talk about some rave-tastic upcoming releases. What's Ryan got for us first? Headers and footers on documents. I have not seen this one yet, Ryan. What do we have here?
I'm all about documents, and headers and footers are one of those things where it's like, guys, we need a consistent thing. So if we have 4 or 5 pages, they all have the same header and footer. So that's coming soon, as well as a lot of other improvements to the document editor itself. I know a lot of customers have had feedback for the team on that. They've taken them all to heart and have a plan to improve how that whole experience works, because our goal is that you ought to be able to replace almost any document signing app that you're paying for right now and do it natively in HighLevel, leverage all the other data and all the other capabilities that you have within the app, like invoicing, payment links, all those things with contracts, documents, things that need to be signed.
Totally. It's all there. If you haven't tried it out, definitely check it out. E-signature, the whole shebang. You should be able to, like Ryan said, replace whatever tool you're using. And now they're going to get even fancier because you're going to have headers and footers.
And for the record, our own legal team, which is they're very serious people. They when documents and contracts first came out, they had a lot of feedback and they fixed all that stuff. And so we use this like all the time. So I always say, if it's good enough for Betsy and the team, it's good enough for us.
Heck yeah. Yep. We got Mark checking in from, oh man, Ryan, that's a tough one. Ladosta?
I didn't even know that was a place.
Hopefully I got that right.
In Georgia.
That sounds, and then the next question is always the country or the state? Let us know, Mark.
Good question. I'm going to say it's the country. That's my guess.
Thanks for checking in. Somebody else said it's Valdosta. Okay. Well, hopefully we got it right. We also have a check-in coming in from, oh, get out of my way here, Mr. M. Dongo. He's late to the party, but he's glad he's here. Happy Friday to the two bearers of good news every week. Nice to see you, as always, Mr. M. Dongo. All right, we got one more here from us from Ryan for us. What do we have coming soon? Conversation AI email support. Oh, wow. I did not know this was on the radar, Ryan.
Yeah, so this was labeled as like email channel support, but I think you kind of get the idea that right now Conversation AI can interact with all kinds of different channels like WhatsApp, text messaging, live chat. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And email is kind of that last piece where it's like, whoa, wouldn't it be cool if it could reply to emails? So obviously you'd want to configure that very carefully. Don't want it going too crazy on your email chain there, but the team has got some great designs here to kind of walk you through the setup process, and you can configure it very soon. I'm not sure about the date here, but we do have designs. It is getting planned. Got some good feedback on it in the town halls, so I think this should be coming in the next quarter or so.
You know, Ryan, I've seen a lot of really cool design stuff, including the flow, like when you're going into voice AI and conversation AI, way more intuitive, way more visually appealing. So really pumped up on the improvements rolling out over here. But wow, now we're going to be able to do conversation AI in email. That is potentially very powerful. Not gonna lie, potentially a little scary as well. So I can't wait to see how that's going to work.
You know, as amazing as AI is, you know, handing out the keys to your car.
Yeah,
I'm not quite there yet, but you know, I think
why not, Ryan? Let's let it rip. I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. All right, before we jump, we got a couple of more check-ins. I was wondering where you were, Heidi. Kia ora to you. It's not a release radar Friday without you. And who else do we have? We got Jose, sunny day in Puerto Vallarta. You're dang right. You're dang right.
Every day. Mexico's full of sun.
Not every day, but okay. We got some clarification from Mark before we jump. Valdosta. You have to hold the vowels in the South. Okay. So we are talking about the state, not the country. Thanks for the clarification there, Mark.
All right, well, I lost money on that one.
Yep, pay up, Ryan. Actually, maybe
we're even.
Yeah, that's right. We're even. All right, everybody. I got to get to the airport. We are heading to India. We cannot wait to see everybody who's going to be able to make it to the event next week. And until we're going to have to figure out how to do this release radar, Ryan, because I'm going to be in the future or just maybe a couple hours ahead. I don't know. We're going to have to run the math on that.
I mean, just like everything, we'll figure it out.
Absolutely. Until then, we hope you all have a great weekend, an awesome week next week. And yeah, if you're coming to India,